Alright, everybody, welcome back. More Ycast. So, I'm Yubo Mastery.
I'm Gio.
I'm Gunman.
Zelo.
Ascension.
And we will be doing the Ycast for preseason week 3 of the majors. So, in match 1, we had Androids versus Ginyu.
Oh, what a fun match.
Yeah.
You mean Jiro versus Ginyu?
Yeah, Jiro versus Ginyu. What a great match that was. 2 members of the Androids came out. I don't know who... I feel both of the teams probably hate this match. Androids because they only got 2 characters out there to test, and Ginyu because they just got dominated.
Well, I know. I think I know why they keep one Jace on Melee. I mean, I love to see him back to his B2, his old B2 style. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where he's dominant.
He did have he had a super build this week, which it was a test in itself, but he could be a secret art for that B1 full power. No, it's not full power. It's like a pose for him that gives him max power. And, default AI just didn't use it. So he kind of slumped there, but he also ended up facing Jiro, which didn't let him charge, so that kind of sucked.
Jiro was kind of in the face of everybody.
Yeah. One of my problems with the Jace build is that he had that super up to key -1, but he didn't have your usual launch support to negate that. So even on his final bar, he just had the fighting spirit. His charge rate was still really slow.
Speaking of Jiro, he had a build of defense +2, Dende, Serious, Lane Energy, Quick Fast Attack, and Broly Eye. So he was just built to last and grab.
Yeah, it was an excellent build for him.
And in terms of the preseason, he's number 5 right now.
Yeah, Jiro is putting in that work. He did well against the Rugrats. And, was he in? Oh, he was in against Derp, and I believe he did well against Derp as well. And then he did well this week as well, so Jiro is looking good.
Just consistently scary.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the stronger members of Androids this season. No way around that. Speaking of which, their second character who came out, the only other character that came out, could be arguably their strongest in Perfect Cell. And that was an interesting battle. He faced Zarbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I thought Zarbon might have won against Cell. I was hoping, but
Weren't we all?
Yeah. Zarbon did excellent last week. I was a little concerned when Squeeze started talking about, potential nerfs about him already, and I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah, but he mentioned that if Zarbon's going to get nerfed, look how many characters are that much stronger than him.
Yeah, I don't know what happens.
So that'd be kind of bullshit, and then you'd have to look at so many other people.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had a similar build to his previous weeks, if not the same. Yeah, it was similar, not the same. He had a key +1, launches, support, master's throw, quick fast attack, saver, and indignation build. And with Rakume Eye, so I guess they wanted him to grab a lot.
That doesn't seem like something you really want to do with Cell, but okay.
No, that was Zarbon.
Oh, Zarbon. Okay.
Yeah.
Zarbon. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, with that monstrous grab.
I believe last week he had Super Up 1, so they just changed it to Key Up 1 this time for a little bit faster charge. Okay.
Yeah, see if he throws that more. And he just had a tough opponent.
He really did.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough opponent for anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't get much tougher than Cell.
Mm-hmm. I think Birder wasn't as good as he could have been this week.
No, he sort of flopped on the melee and he got dominated by Jiro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he didn't use any of his B2s either. I don't think he did.
No, but he didn't really... he had indignation in case he threw some out, and I guess then defense +2 was there to make him last, but yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of the characters just got destroyed by Jiro. Jace didn't do as well either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jiro definitely went elite this week. He took out Birder, he took out Jace, and he took out the majority of Ginyu, bringing Ginyu down to where he was after fighting Jace at his last bar. So he did approximately 11,000. 11. 1,000.
100.
Yeah, 110,000.
Which is insane.
Insane for a person.
Well,
Go ahead.
Sorry. I I was saying, yeah. I mean, like it's been funny this whole week and stuff like that. It seems like one character on every team has been did really good this week.
Oh,
so overall in general.
We'll get to that.
I would say
Yeah.
that for every week. I mean,
Yeah.
every team. There were some
still
teams that were
impressed
more
with-
consistent with all their characters than others.
Yeah,
I'm still impressed by Mid Goku because Jiro got close, but nowhere near close how much damage he did.
Yeah,
Mid
but-
Goku.
But Mid Goku had the plentiful Ginyu to feed off of, so.
You mean are you talking about N Goku?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about
Mid
Goku
Goku in week one.
Week one.
For the Earth
Oh, all right.
Anyway, Ginyu, kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it's just up and down. Like, bad, then he was good against the Boos, and then he's bad this week. It's just like, what's up with you, Ginyu? Like, they really need to get him consistent.
You would say that, but at the same time, he's always been bad. To see them at least be good once in a while is a little lighten up.
I'm a little curious as to why they placed TNAI and Dragon Power on him. I mean, I get that he might clash a bit, but he doesn't have a clashable, like, Rush B2. I mean,
He
sure.
does have a Beam B2, though.
Yeah, but beams don't clash too often.
I know.
Now, TNAI also kind of confuses me.
Maybe they were thinking that, like, if he used body change, he would try to go on the offensive with his melee, and then he would get into a lot of rush class. I mean,
Yeah, but Dragon Power is just a little excessive. It's a 3 cost. Why not just Power Rage?
I know.
I also got to think about it. Maybe they wanted him to use his body change because the body change is technically a rush.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean,
That is
don't
true.
have... Well, it makes a little sense, but they don't have any charge on him. They don't even have Savior.
Actually, I'm looking back onto Jace, and I'm looking at him, and I'm seeing that he was doing great against Jiro.
He did like 2 bars, but,
Yeah.
he was already down a character, so he needed to, not only pull his weight, but pull the weight for Berger as well, which he wasn't able to do.
Yeah.
I know.
He still got dominated in the end, and he only did his damage through melee. Which, I mean, it's okay, but it's not
Which
what
is
you want.
strange. He's not built that way.
For the majority of the fight, he didn't have enough key, and at the end, when he had a little bit of key, he got dominated and got taken out. And he never used his B1, which they seemed like they wanted him to use. I guess the AI is not set for it.
I don't know. They used to use their B1s all the time when they were on the old AI.
Well, bad AI for this. Default AI I've never seen be a B1 heavy AI. So, I mean, bad call in my opinion. But maybe they saw something in the tests.
And then Cell came out.
Oh, yeah, Cell came out and just... Well, he
Took care of the rest.
Yeah, I mean,
And
can we talk about 16 and 17? Because I think they did terrible this week. Like, they literally did nothing.
Nothing. Nothing at all. They're worthless.
They did nothing. I'm kind of surprised they sent out Jiro first, actually.
I'm not. He's been a starter for them on several occasions in the last season.
Well, last season, yes, but they haven't done it recently.
And with 16 kind of being lately,
It's
it's good to know that at least Jiro is okay from the change.
Yeah, I'm surprised that 16's their weak because he has so much potential.
Maybe if they get him on like a really good melee AI, he might do well.
I think they tried Majin Buu AI. I think they tried Broly AI. So I don't know. Hopefully they find out this final preseason week, so we could probably assume that 16 will probably be in. Who are they facing? I believe it's Cold this upcoming week. But yeah,
Yeah, next week we're going to face them.
Androids, just a little help. You might try Frieza AI. It is melee heavy this season.
I don't know. I don't like Freeze-Eye. Like, honestly, Freeze-Eye has been really bad. Like, a lot. For a lot of my tests.
I think it varies
Again.
from character to character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would never really know what the AI is going to do truly when it comes to certain different characters.
All right. So anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. So then I believe we can go ahead and move on to match 2, which is Sans versus Derp. What'd you guys think of that?
I thought
I
it
saw a
was-
lot of apes.
Yeah, I thought everyone on the Saiyans performed just tremendously, except for Vegeta, which... Well, okay, here's the thing. It was a very, very experimental build on him. Because we put an AI, we only had 2 tests on, and one of the tests he did good. against Oob, and in the other test he was okay. And we're like, okay, he was, even in the second test, he was very aggressive when he reached max power. So all we need to do is give him Savior and a little bit of charge, and he'll be beautiful. And he went to max power 3 times in this match, and he didn't do anything.
Crap.
Yeah,
That's why you got Chiaotzu AI.
Chiaotzu.
Oh yeah, you were in that test. Yeah, he'll probably be having an AI switch for the next week. But the rest of our team, aside from him, did amazing, and actually it felt like it was a 3-on-4, and they won it with that, and I was so happy that
that Devil Might Bean.
Oh my god, I freaking cinched his hair.
I love Devil.
It like touched his tail.
Devilman is my favorite.
Yeah, you don't even see it when it hits.
It's like, he dodged it. Oh, he's dead. What happened?
That did how much damage did that do?
20 some. He's very evil, King Vegeta.
He did
Vegeta.
Scouter Vegeta with it, so that's evil.
Yeah, that's evil as it gets.
That'd be like Frieza or like King Cold.
Yeah, they're probably worse.
Or
not hit
Hyrule
level, but worse.
If he hit Frieza with the Devil Might, I think it does like 30,000 something damage.
Yeah, because there's
I believe that the most damage that you can take from that is actually Evil Boo. Because he's pure evil as this side of the game. I believe he takes 38. So pretty much a one-hit kill.
It might also be Janemba, because it's just a combination of evil souls.
Well,
Yeah.
right now, the most evil person is 30k with the Devilman himself.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, Devilman's as evil as it gets.
Yeah,
Really?
He instantly kills himself with it.
Yeah, it's funny.
I didn't think that.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the actual match. We had an interesting matchup at the start here, and I was a little worried about it, but it worked out in our favor. King Vegeta versus Zarbon. Not Zarbon, Celza.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a fairly even fight, and then King Vegeta's like, time to go ape, win, and then tag out.
King Vegeta had a very early lead, keeping it like a bar and a half in the lead right up until Salsa gets a little aggressive.
I will say that
Salsa was keep a lead.
Salsa was on default AI this week, I believe.
Yeah. He's switched AI every week, I think. Well, he wasn't at week 1.
Because I know they still do a lot of testing when I was on Derp for Salsa. So I had to say default AI has proved to be his weakest AI.
Still, I was happy with King Vegeta's performance. He was dodging out of melee combat. He was spamming B2s, and he lasted long enough. And he transformed early. I mean, there's nothing more I can ask from him.
And the tag out, too.
Oh, yeah, and the tag out. Now, onto Derp's probably best character this week, aside from Devilman hitting that alt somehow, and Goku.
And Goku just destroyed Vegeta. It was a free agent versus free agent, and
it was a canon fight, and we all know Goku's wins.
No, bullshit. They both had Go on AI, and only one of them worked with it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Different AIs for different characters.
Maybe you should put him on Vegeta AI.
That actually works pretty well on him. For certain reasons. But
Spirit Bombs, though. Was real sad.
Yeah, he didn't use the Spirit Bomb.
Nope, not this week.
I mean, it doesn't seem like Gon AI is the alt user, but he still used 2 Meteor Meteor Crashes, whatever. What do you call it?
Meteor Smash.
Meteor Smash.
Yeah, Meteor Smash. Yeah, so that was good of him. And he did really good melee against N Vegeta, but I don't know what to think of N Vegeta, so
Yeah, so back under for next week.
Oh, the most the character that impressed me the most from Derp was Kui.
He was on my defense build.
Because he dominated Scouter in melee.
Yep.
I was like, God damn, he is combo heavy, and like, oh man, his Majin Buu. I mean, I shouldn't be too surprised, but I kind of am because it's Kui.
Yeah,
I don't remember if he used any of his B1s.
Wait, what?
He
False
didn't use
Courage
a B1.
and Full Power as B1s. He tried to get False Courage
No,
out.
Kui has sleep.
Oh, and Sleep. Okay, yeah. He tried to use False Courage, but got stopped.
Yep, no sleep from him. But
No sleep.
But the melee game is good. Don't underestimate Kui. Kui is looking like a potentially really great meleeer. He impressed me in his fight against the Boos and in this fight as well.
when we first did Kui, we tested him against Fasha.
And he
with
dominated.
that defense field. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I've got two worries about this build. Master Strike and Battle Control. Battle Control sort of came in and became useful because he did tag.
I will say,
I think.
I don't think I put Master Strike on him when I was on Dirt because I think I had QFA.
That makes a lot more sense than Master Strike.
But I mean,
at the same time, though, you have to understand that Kui's B2s already don't do like barely any damage.
They do 7k for his beam, which is average.
Oh, I thought they did
His
less
volley's
than
average.
Soldier.
His volley's probably better than KV's in terms of damage. So
like I was saying in the test earlier today, the only reason I know how to do builds is because they're Angel, and to see him still improving upon that build that I had just randomly suggested after talking to him for a while made me very happy.
QE did not tag.
no.
He did not tag.
Nope.
He fought Goku. Goku tagged. Then he fought Turles, and Turles takes him out.
Yeah.
It would have been better if he did tag against. Wait, are you saying he got killed by?
Turles.
All right.
But Kui didn't fight Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we didn't fight Goku.
He fought Turles, which is basically Goku.
In comes.
Yeah, but he said he fought Vegeta, scattered Vegeta,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he
did well.
fought
Constant
Turles.
attack, isn't he?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Kui, Master Strike actually didn't hurt him that much. It was a benefit.
Oh, I love the build because for some reason when he's on defense, he's just a god.
I don't know. Yeah, the
I would
defense
say
build
God.
works. But here's the thing. Battle Control, I thought, was... How much is it? A 1 point or a 2 point?
1 point.
1 point.
Okay, at least it doesn't take that much. But seriously, if they took that out and put, like, anything else, it probably would have been a better idea. Because, I mean,
I
sure,
would say it would have been a better idea. They had, it was a good idea. I mean, they had Devil right behind him, and if he would have tagged at least once using that battle control.
I get the idea, but it does not promote tagging. It just makes it so...
Guys,
they can tag
remember
earlier.
this league, we're not supposed to have tags.
No tags.
Yeah,
No tags.
no, tags don't even happen this season, so there's no point in it. It's useless. No, but yeah, I don't think it's worth it, Patara, because you need an AI that consistently tags, and I don't think there is one like that. It's just random, really.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kui did well, right up until Turles decided to not give him room to breathe.
Nope, just beat him.
Good job, Durangel.
What do you think of Devil?
Oh, scary. God, he hit Turles with so many B2s.
Yeah, a lot of fork attacks.
Yeah, Turles did well to do damage before
He wouldn't let him eat that fruit either.
Yeah.
No, he helped him eat the fruit.
He's a
he threw
meme.
he threw that fork into his mouth. Okay.
Oh yeah, he was trying to feed him, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it tagged.
I was still...
tag from Doubleman too.
Yeah. And it was an even fight with Turles to start. Like, they both had full HP, so he dominated Turles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Diamond Fights barely helped him out, though, because he used that a lot to a really good advantage. He used a lot more force attacks than he should have.
I still don't think Indomitable Fighting Spirit's worth it.
On Devilman?
Yeah, I mean, it's
I don't know. I don't think he hits enough to use
Yeah,
it.
he really doesn't. I'd say take it out, switch Fighting Spirit to Launcher support, and you got something there. Or if you can't spare Launcher support on him, just take it out for something else entirely, like Dendays. Or if you drop Exquisite Skill, you can also get Dendays. If you don't want to drop Exquisite Skill, just give him like Sirius even. Or
Does he have
anything
a
else.
stun B1?
I think so. Yeah, he has the Kakusen type.
All right.
Anyway, it's
And
still a good build. And if they really had nothing else to put on him, Indomitable Fighting Spirit's not a bad idea.
I mean, they could have
It's
given
not like the
him
worst
some
idea.
clash. I mean, he does have a rush, so
Yeah, Unleashed Key would have been fine.
That curving Devilmite beam, though.
Nah, I'm done with that. Everyone did well on both sides except for Vegeta, in my opinion. So
you want to talk about that Vegeta coming back in Ape and hitting Goku with that Garlic gun before he can launch that Kamehameha? I thought it was maybe good.
I mean, Gallic
Yeah.
gun?
yeah,
No,
see,
Garlic
that
gun.
was his ultimate.
I will kill you. Call it the Gallic gun. It's not a garlic.
Yeah, anyway, Ape Vegeta's ultimate is amazing. It's bigger than a Super Kamehameha, I believe.
What was that?
I remembered that reverse Devilman might beam.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, just great performance from both sides, and just the strength of the rise of the Village of the Apes. Just won and got that W on Derp.
The Great Ape Festival.
I still think it was a very close match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 bar difference.
Yep.
I kind of want to see Raditz at some point.
You'll see.
All right. So, anything else?
Nope.
All right. So then we can go ahead and move on to the next match and the best match: Muscles versus Booze.
Let's get that.
Booze versus Muscle.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys have to say about
Keep it at
that?
it.
Let me hear the phrases.
For you guys to be like very close, you're both championship team material.
Kid was a little disappointing.
It was. That is true. I felt like Broly didn't do as much as he could have.
I mean, he was facing like an entire team at that point, but
I meant like, though he pulled them off, I felt like he put as much work as he could have.
Gohan Boo was a little disappointing, to be honest.
well, what are
But
you talking about? Gohan Boo did like 60K. Like,
I know, but just from his melee alone, I was hoping he would have gotten elite at least this time, because I saw the test with Dom. If he could perform like that every time, that would be awesome.
we tried a AI change from last week against Derp, and it seemed better. He did about he took out 13. He did a nice chunk to Garlic Jr., which Garlic Jr. obviously gave him a hard time. Like, their short, quick, fast melee characters just give some characters a hard time, some a hard time. And then he tagged out, and then when he came back in against Broly, he didn't really do much. So, but I'm not disappointed in how Gohan Boo did. 13 did really bad. Like, I was actually kind of wondering that. We haven't seen any tests from Muscle when it came to 13, and it literally just looked like it was just an experimental build. Just throw him on here you go, do it. And he didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Nappa.
Oh, God.
Well, come on. I mean, Demon Seal. I mean, every week. Come on. You know it's a negative.
Yeah. Still, it's been working well.
No, it hasn't. The rest of his build and his AI has been working. Demon Seal has been almost purely a negative. It lowers his melee damage, and it gives him, and it takes away 10,000 health. I don't think, he has to charge a bar and a half less to use Volcanic Explosion is worth 10,000 health.
But also with Blazing Storm and 4 bar in it.
Yeah,
but
here's the thing: he still has to charge up past 4 bars, up to 4 bars to use it. And a lot of the time, Nappa ends up throwing energy blasts and stuff like that, so he uses Volcanic Explosion more. So it's just not even worth it.
Yeah.
It never helps.
I can understand what they're trying to do with Demon Steel, though.
I can understand the concept, but I've tried to explain this to so many people. The AI does not understand it's there. You will always see the character use the B2 as if it still costs 3 or 4 bars or whatever it used to be.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I wish they could fix that.
There's nothing we can do. We have to work around what the game does.
No, I don't think a modder can fix something like that. It's just part of the game. They have to figure out a way to make the AI recognize, and that's just really weird.
I mean, Nappa didn't really do too hot. He fought against mid Vegeta, did about 25k. Vegeta tags out, and then he just eats a Super Kamehameha from Majin Buu and gets taken out.
I do think they're trying to get him to. I do think they're trying to use Kappa more, because the Demon Seal does increase your ultimate damage. So,
We've seen like one Kappa from him so far this preseason.
Yeah.
I thought I saw like 2.
Really?
No, it
was 1, I believe.
It was 1 and it clashed.
I'll check the stats.
Oh, I'm looking at
Preseason total. How many?
Because he didn't do any
Let's
against
see.
this
We'll
fight.
go down. We'll go to Team Muscle here.
Mm-hmm. Also, just look. I'm gonna look at his ranking.
He's done. Let's see. B2's uses total ultimates fired.
That's what I thought.
He has fired 2.
Okay. All right. So he's fired 2.
Okay, yeah. So that's fine. One a match is fine.
Who else should we talk about? Garlic seemed good. Garlic seemed good with that melee game. The short meleeers, the combos were good. He said, like I said, I can't complain about how Gohan Boo fought him, so not bad. Nappa was meh. 13 was bad, and Broly. I mean, he was fighting against Majin Buu. If fighting against Majin Buu, you think he would just destroy Majin Buu with ease, but Majin Buu still put up a decent fight against him, and he got taken out by Kid Buu with ease. So.
Yeah, no, Majin Buu did pretty well, honestly. I like the build he's on. Defense +3, lane energy,
Hey, guys.
just let him last.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to get off.
Alright.
But I can come back later. It's just something that's something.
Okay. Alright.
I'm sorry.
when it comes to Majin Buu, like I said, we just couldn't get him to do anything. Just with the changes with difficulty, we tried to get him on as a B2er like he was last season. He didn't want to do it. He absolutely didn't want to do it. It was just like, screw it, throw you on defense, give you a little bit of charge, throw out some Kamehamehas, go ahead, do your thing. And so far, despite being our weakest member, that's not saying much because even Majin Buu is pretty good. So, Boos are actually looking really strong this season. And I'm not just being biased.
This season, they're looking strong. Like they've never been strong before. Freaking Kid Boo, Gotenks Boo last season. Evil Boo became a monster.
That's just,
and then all your characters have naturally high stats.
I mean, the one thing that I could definitely argue for the Boos is that we may be good, but we were inconsistent. Some weeks we would just be like, oh, great, we're awesome. And then next week we'd just be terrible. I mean, Kid Buu was broken for the majority of the season. So, seriously, just inconsistent. But, from these first 3 preseasons fight, I really don't have any complaints from anybody. Everybody is looking fairly consistent and looking good from all them test requests.
Yep. On Muscle's end, I was happy to see Garlic Jr. do something. I'm a little surprised he didn't attack +2. I mean, just...
all that melee.
I mean, he used his melee, but it's so weak even with attack +2.
Mm-hmm, yeah, his melee was not hitting hard on Gohan Buu. I mean, he was hitting fast, but not hard. And then when Gohan Buu got into edgewise, he was just knocking Garlic Jr. around with his high melee, absorbing that Ultimate Gohan and gaining that strength, so.
Yeah. Super Saiyan Broly. Monster. Jeez.
What do you think of Sujan?
He just knocked away Majin Buu, hit him with that eraser cannon in the back of the head, and then Kid Buu came out and was like, all right, let me go ahead and play janitor and clean it up. That planet burst from Kid Buu seemed really weak. Really weak.
Yeah, I did the calculations on that. There was some sort of glitch going on. It should have done at the very least 10k.
It was a nice combination of just the glitch with Broly with that high defense. At that point, he did have he started off with defense +2 with the latent energy, so he had 3.5 at that point. And Kid Buu starts off with super -1, and he didn't have the ignition to balance that out yet. It was an early planet burst, so but it's still, hit him with the planet burst, blow up the planet, just insult and injury on Muscle, like we beat you and we blow up your planet, and then Kid Buu just wrap it up with the melee game. I don't care if you have that muscly power body, Kid Buu doesn't care. So, yeah.
The last thing I gotta say is 13. I mean, he faced Gohan Buu, so this might not be a fair analysis of him, but he didn't do that great.
No, he really didn't. It was just an experiment. We haven't seen any tests from him. He was just an experimental AI, experimental build, and they just threw him out there. So
I like his build, though. Super +1, Rising Fighting Spirit, Hatred of Saiyans, Dragon Power Indignation, and Chansui, which has seemingly been a very spammy AI in the league so far.
So I'd say Muscle.
Good effort. I think he just fought a tough opponent.
I'd say Muscle, with the remaining amount of time that you have on the off-season with full test, work on 13. I don't know why you haven't worked on him earlier. I guess you assumed that he would still be good, but you need to work on him. All right, so...
yeah, because he had issues last season.
So, anything else to say about that fight?
I'm good.
All right, so we're going to be moving on to match 4, which is Majins versus Earth Defenders. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, another very one-sided match.
Mm-hmm.
Got Chaozu, dude.
They're
Oh,
all-
man.
Yep. Just Chaozu and 19. I mean, you gotta say, the white power. Or, no.
But that,
You want to rephrase that?
But,
edit that out.
just like what we talked about with Scarlet Jr., Chaozu and that quick...
Professionals, people.
that quick melee just all over the Vegetas. Like, what happened to Majin Vegeta and Baby Vegeta? Just gone. Chaozu's like, I got this. And for Chaozu being the weaker member of Earth Defenders last season, he's looking pretty scary this season.
Yeah, I mean, Chaozu actually was pretty scary last season. He's still one of the weaker, surprisingly, but pretty scary. What really shocks me is he has Master Blast.
Yeah. He shoots some blasts, so...
I get he shoots fast ones, but they are very weak.
Yeah, and it kind of goes with the melee build, but, it's kind of taken away from his melee damage, so...
Yeah, it is. It does have that negative to smash and quick fast attacks and rush attacks. Though 19 and Krillin kind of surprised me. Krillin, I mean, he didn't do amazing, but he tagged out before getting raffle stomped, and he did a good chunk of damage, like 30k on Maju. And he used Solar Flare 3 times, which is what they want. And with Defense +2, Computer Seeker, and Spiritual Control, his entire build's dedicated to throwing those out.
Solar Flare getting what you can and lasting as long as you can. It's Krillin.
Yeah, that's...
It still looks like Krillin might be the
Feels kinda
weakest
weird.
member, though.
Yeah, he definitely is. He has trouble actually doing damage. The way they're building him, though, I'm liking it.
Oh, man. You're just hoping he would throw out those B1s just to help make his melee good. I don't know. I don't really like that. Special control, and what was it? KSA,
Yeah.
was it?
KSA, Defense +2,
Yeah.
and Spiritual Control.
So full on, just do your B1s. And
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
if you stun them, you get free hits in, and they can't do anything to you. And he has after mid-strike as well, which is another they can't hit
Yep,
you.
so both. I can understand why they're definitely trying to build him like that, because those are just great B1s.
Yeah. Can I just take a moment to praise every coach and every team and all the supporters that are actually working on B1 builds for characters that don't just have max power? Mm-hmm. I mean, because that's never been done before, and done well. And now we see that it can be done in this new difficulty, and it's working on some characters. And I'm just so happy to see that there's even more options, because it just makes everything awesome.
All right, so anybody want to touch on that baby Vegeta?
I don't.
I'll leave it be.
I don't consider him a real Vegeta. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, he
Maybe
Yeah, I
if,
think-
maybe
Super
if they
hyped.
can get the right AI on him.
Frieza AI is an actual. I don't know what to think about Frieza AI. I don't have good experiences with it, is all I can say. But that's just the saying.
So that's 3 weeks in a row. So Majins, what's up? What's up with baby Vegeta? Yeah, you put all of that Zenny into getting him as a free agent, and he is not living up to the potential. I'm not sure if it's him or the way you're building him or what, but God, baby Vegeta.
Yeah, it might just be that they're doing experimental tests on him, and just nothing's really working out yet. But I have a hard time believing they haven't done their most consistent build, or at least a semi-consistent build in one of these 3 weeks yet. I mean, you'd want to test that out just to make sure it works. So, yeah.
Yep. So now since we're talking about not such a good free agent, let's talk about that good free agent. Let's talk about that 19 though.
Oh God, the fat Chaozu.
Just, oh my God, putting that word. I don't know how many times I've said this, but androids, why didn't you pick him up? Jerome
we don't
and
want
19, that'd be crazy. But it seems like he's done to do fun as a free agent for the Earth Defenders. So,
I mean, that was a good build on him. Defense +3, attack -1, Dendays, and high tension. Just give him a little bit of a key charge from high tension, and then let him last so he can grab.
And grab he did. Him and Jerome
yeah.
are just working it. They definitely could have killed themselves with Goku.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Tien didn't even have to step on the field.
Nope, Tan didn't even step on the field.
Yeah. Which I'm a little disappointed at, because you done have that great a showing before. So, but things go as they go.
So, in my opinion, Majins, you're looking pretty wavery, really wavery. So.
Yeah. Can we talk about Bobbity for a moment? Because he had issues.
What is a Bobbity? Where did he go? Like, we were praising him on how well he did last season, and then all of a sudden this changed and gone.
He has... Okay. I don't think they tested him that much, and they put default AI on him. And that's what he had last season, and it was a spammer last season. But this season, default AI doesn't seem to like using Mewtwo's. The new difficulty changed that.
He was going at it with that melee, though.
I mean, did he even launch one? Idea. Did he even launch a B2?
I think he launched one. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I don't.
He tried.
I know he didn't.
He went up to max power, got grabbed out of max power twice by 19, and
yeah, but he has a 2-bar rush, so he should have thrown something. It's just AI doesn't. So AI switch and test a little more. I know Majins haven't been testing that much, but they need to test Bobby.
Yeah.
Get an AI that works. I'd suggest Chaozu AI to start. It seems to be the spam AI for everyone.
Yeah, I think Bobbity is your main priority right now, Majins. I know your baby Vegeta is kind of shaky, but I think you need to take Bobbity under.
Yeah.
Majin Vegeta's looking okay. Maju's just not the same anymore. He really isn't. He's not the character who would spam you and hit you with like 12, 13 B2s. You know, he did a lightning arrow on Krillin, so that was good, but...
It wasn't bad, but considering he kept up and was slightly beating Krillin, that's not the greatest thing. Yeah.
But this difficulties actually noticed a lot of people are spamming less nowadays. Every character.
Yep.
Characters throwing a lot of B2s anymore, like they used to.
It's the new difficulty. It's melee prioritized. There are some characters that spam like mad, though, and Vegeta Super Saiyan 1.
Or, for example,
Devilman did it this week. He spammed like mad.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
So, anything else?
And then you got Jane NBA.
We'll talk about him soon.
Yeah, we'll talk about him soon. So, anything else regarding this fight?
No.
All right. So, moving on to match 5, we have a divisional fight. We have Rugrats versus Blades.
Oh, look, it's soon.
I know, right? That's what I was saying.
This was an interesting match.
Goku.
Yeah. It's like, what a Goku just didn't want to fight.
Yeah. He just didn't do anything for a whole 3 bars, and then he went like, nah, I think it's time to actually do something now.
Yeah, I heard from Dimension himself that there's like particular AIs that work on Goku, where it's like one AI is really countery, and then the other one is like really aggressive in the melee. And they thought they wanted to go with the counter AI because they thought they would send out like, you know, Trunks or someone. Little did they know they were going to send out Cyborg Tao, who has we've seen in the past. Yeah, we've seen in the past. Cyborg Tao can handle him some power body, and he handled it really well. Goku was kind of just standing there doing nothing. Like we thought he was broken. We thought Goku was literally broken.
I didn't even realize he had power body on, to be honest.
Goku had power body, and
I didn't even
couldn't
realize.
even tell.
Yeah, Dimension was telling us that the Yajirobe AI on Goku is a counter AI.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It'll dodge when they get in close and hit him a few times.
It's what we had on King Vegeta and Scouter, and those characters are very dodgy for us. So, I mean, I see where he's coming from. But it just sort of blanked out for 3 bars of health.
I mean, he snapped back into it. He's like, oh, wait, I'm in a fight. Let's go. And he brought it back. He brought it back on Cyborg Tao. It's interesting that on Goku's build, he did not have Sirius. So, you know, seems like on that final bar with that Sirius, he would have done a lot more. So.
Yeah, I would have swapped out Quick Fast Attack for Sirius.
I don't think they could spare it because I believe Goten and Trunks both had the Sirius.
Yes, okay, that was the reason. Which kind of sucks, but I mean, it works out better for them. They have it on those two if they're gonna. They did.
I was kind of laughing with the transform into Super Saiyan 4, then tag.
Yeah, transform Super Saiyan 4. Here we go, tag, and then never comes back the rest of the fight.
Is this gonna be the new transform and tag thing?
I know,
Super
right?
Saiyan 4 and tag. Can we talk about Dodoria?
Dodoria did good.
That was glorious.
Dodoria did like 60k. Like, good job, Dodoria.
Yeah, freaking spamming like they wanted, and just overall good. Had a pretty weak opponent in Tapion not doing anything, though.
Yeah, like, once again, I see Blade's request. I see them testing the Tapion, but still. Oh, my God.
I was saying that I wanted the old Major Leagues team back, the Frieza Henchmans. Zarbon, Dodoria, Kui, Apul.
Well, okay, talking about Tapion, though, the AI he's on for his eye, I've seen in tests, it can dominate. It can spam like crazy. It's done it before. I've also found that it's not overly consistent, but it can spam like mad. I don't know why it didn't throw out a single B2. It had the bars for it. It had the charge to go to max power if it wanted to. It wouldn't have taken more than a second. It just didn't do anything. So I throw it up to, this is an outlier test. It's a derp. Don't expect it to happen much more, if any more times. So
I mean,
yeah.
I do believe he was on a different AI.
No, Frieza AI, but his build was slightly tweaked from his usual.
But that should have just let him charge and throw more B2s, nothing else.
Yeah, I was actually mistaken. He actually didn't have the launch support. He actually
just Key Plus 2.
He had Key Plus 2 in the Fighting Spirit, but actually Blades actually messed up, and he was actually only, if I say actually one more time, he was only on a 5-point build. They had a duplicate of Power Rage. Cyborg Tao had Power Rage, Janemba had Power Rage, and then they also put Power Rage on Tapion, who of course lost it, so Tapion was only on a 5-point build this week. So
yeah, but it still didn't make a difference because he never clashed.
No, so Key Plus 2, Ignition, Fighting Spirit, Dynamic Healing, nothing. So they could have went ahead and given him the launch support and just went full on out, kind of like what you did with a Vegeta, but still, for having Key Plus 2 and Fighting Spirit with no B2s.
Yeah, that's a derp right there. That's a pure derp. I'm not gonna say that's they didn't test him enough or they didn't build him correctly, because they did. He just derped on him. Speaking of
Gotenks.
Yeah, let's get to the Gotenks.
Goten comes in, takes the B2, is like, nah, that's enough, I'm done.
Yeah, he like stat-wise, Goten before transforming, he did nothing.
But, I mean, when you talk about stats, the first 4 bars go to Goten.
Yeah, which is like 60K.
Technically, he did a lot.
Yeah, he did a lot. Technically, he did a lot as Gotenks. He did like 60K. He probably would have won a Wii if there was another person for him to fight. He put in that work. I actually want to discuss something that Dimension wanted me to actually discuss about Gotenks and why he was so worried. Apparently, and we might have actually seen this from the previous week against the Super Saiyans, depending on who does the transformation, actually changes how Gotenks performs. And you might have saw it, like last week when Trunks did it, we saw a lot of more B2s and spamming. But then when Goten did it this week, we saw a lot more melee this time. And I heard from Dimension that he was actually kind of worried when Goten came out early. It seems like from both of them that the last person, like Tapion was supposed to be last, he came out early. Goten was supposed to be last, he came out early. The order is being changed a lot, and we saw it this time. But still, Gotenks did fine. He did phenomenally.
Well, because they had double KSA on, like Gotenks and Trunks.
Double KSA came out transformed early. Too bad it doesn't work like that for PT Goku.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I mean, there's nothing really much else to the match. Cyborg Tao did well. Yeah, Jorby fell a little short, but he fought a very tough opponent.
Yeah, fought the Gotenks. And Jane did bad.
Tapion, and Jane just didn't do anything.
And then Jane NBA.
Yeah. Like I said, for
at 1B2 at the wall.
And then just ate donuts. Like they were, like it was a bakery sale. He just ate them donuts from a distance, too. Yep. Overall, from a divisional fight, hopefully they kind of clean it up, and hopefully they will by what would they be facing week 14, I believe.
Who are they facing week 14? You're saying
it's the preseason, which would be the last fight. So this division,
fight they'll face Blades week 14.
So hopefully Blades get cleaned up by then, because if that was actually the divisional fight, that's very disappointing. That's really bad on their home field too. So
yeah. I would be happy to see Gotenks appear in the normal season, because that never happens.
I said, I personally, if I was on the Rugrats, I'd be like, Gotenks as much as we can. Trunks is still Trunks, it seems like, but Goten is iffy. So if you can go ahead and take okay Trunks and iffy Goten and put them together into a awesome Gotenks every single time, then more power to you.
Yeah, and especially if they fuse that.
Yeah, that early, just so powered.
Just don't do it.
You get that early serious, that early fighting spirit, just so good.
What were you saying?
Don't do it against us next week.
Don't do it.
Just do it. Destroy the Gohans with it. All right. So, do you guys have anything else to say?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to match 6. We have Cold versus Team Gohan.
This was a close match, and it sort of fell on...
King Gohan does not need to start in SSJ2 anymore.
Wow.
He's so powerful.
That's it.
Oh, and he didn't even have Style of the Strong
Nope.
this week. That's the thing.
I want to.
He don't need it.
Needed.
No, I actually think he did better without it because he had charge, so he could use normal B2. He threw out 5 Kamehamehas. That's insane.
That cutscene, no had to hold it in charge, blast you in the face, super Kamehameha, so good. And the father son, like, what's Team Gohan's paycheck? Whatever it is, double it, because he put in so much work.
Yeah, half the team's budget goes to Team Gohan.
Now, Metacooler, that rebirth.
Oh, it's so quick.
So quick.
So quick.
Yeah.
So quick for way more than sleep.
Analysis complete.
Yeah, but let's talk about the first matchup. There's Zengai versus Bojack, which was fun for the Cold, I'm sure, because Zengai actually beat Bojack, but very disappointing for Bojack, because, I mean, come on. The
I was
free
voting
agent,
for
they spent
Zengai.
so much on him and
Yep,
nothing.
that's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks, people. So Bojack needs to go back under. I see all these test requests for Ultimate Gohan in this AI tournament, but Bojack needs some fixing.
Yep.
Well, I think it was disappointing for sure. I mean, he transformed early, pretty kind of early, so it was nice. But I mean, he doesn't like transform at all for some reason. Like transforms to like 1 bar health. Well,
Transforming did nothing.
kind of sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, and it,
Uh,
actually,
Me and Decision were talking during the match, and I told him I'm sorry, but I'm voting for Zengaya. Because I originally wanted Zengaya for the Valkyries.
Yeah, I mean, I say she's an average at best melee fighter from what I've seen. She's not that amazing, but she can do well and she can hold her own, and
I just
she's
want her
not
for
a
her
waste,
rush blast.
but yeah. Well,
I just want her for her Rush Blast.
I don't think it'd be worth
You
it.
rush blast and
She's
then
not a
that stun. Thought I squeezed a skill on her and just let her stun it out.
Yeah. I mean, if you watched her, I guess you'd call it a full power Ki Blast. It did almost 2,000 damage.
Yeah.
That big old red ball.
Let's see where she's ranked, because she was out. She was in both of the last weeks. Oh, she is ranked really low, 54.
For doing her job, you know. Like I said, I have no complaints.
Well, she didn't do bad against Mid Goku, but she didn't do amazing. And then she got beat by Turles after doing only like 34k. So she's below average at this point.
Vidal's below average. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, okay. She's ranked 54 out of 96 characters, which is basically average to below average.
Alright, Saiyaman versus the Metacooler. Came out and hit Saiyaman with that ultimate. The most work that Vidal has done all preseason.
Yeah. Metacooler on a good build. I would switch out Combo Master for Sirius if you have the room for it, though. Which
I believe
they didn't, because
Yeah.
Frieza had it.
The reason they had the Combo Master on him is for the Finger Blitz Barrage. So it does more damage.
It doesn't work like that.
It works on B2s.
Yeah, it does.
No.
It was done in test and was proven that it does increase the damage with his Finger
That
Blitz
shouldn't
Barrage.
be the case, because it's a B2, and Combo
It's the
Master
same thing with Vidal's Rush. Her high speed rush increases the damage.
It really shouldn't. It should only work on... I've asked Burn about this because somebody thought, oh, it should work on volleys then. I was like, okay, let's ask. And no, it doesn't.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Because,
It does work.
because B2s don't cap out. They don't have a soft cap.
we're telling you now, if you go back and watch the test in
Unless
which
it's
he
another-
uses it,
Or
it was,
it's
the
glitched
exact
up.
same, it was the exact same build.
I'm telling
Just
you.
one of them had Combo Master instead of Sirius.
I'm telling you right now, there should have been another reason, because I've asked Burn about this, and Combo Master is strictly for attack style damage, so
Uh-huh.
rush,
I mean-
blast, melee.
it is true, man. Because I actually talked to Burn about it, like a little bit as well, and like it does work for like rush B2s, like Vidal's rush. It does actually affect her damage. Didn't notice that either until Burn said something. So I'm like, pretty cool.
But that rebirth though, Metacooler. It was a pretty even fight with them. Not a very entertaining fight, but a really even fight between Sandman and Metacooler. And then Metacooler was like, "Oh yeah, rebirth, recalibrate, and kick your butt," and finished off the Sandman. But then that Future Gohan came out, and Future Gohan needs some work too. I can understand why you guys forgot him on the banner because holy crap, Future Gohan he did not do much this week. I mean, I can't say if it's because he didn't get a chance to or what, because he got wrecked by Final Form Cooler, destroyed. Got into many clashes with Metacooler, and the Metacooler kept on chasing him down and just wrecked him. Future Gohan, wasn't he more on like a B2 build, or was he on a melee build this time?
Future Gohan was on B2.
He's not really throwing him out. He's not really B2ing. You might want to go ahead and maybe switch it up. Maybe put Future Gohan on melee, and then maybe try Bojack on B2 like he was on Muscle. Maybe try that, because those two are just not doing their portion of the job. And it's the reason why you guys were struggling so hard until Mr. The Man had to come out. That's not a boy. That's a man. That's a monster. Right.
Sorry, no. Wrong. Actually, sorry, that's my bad. It was actually Future Gohan was on Attack +1 build. That's
okay.
I was on Future. Usually he's on the B2 build.
Okay, but still not the greatest performance. I mean, like I said, I can't really consider it because of just how good Final Form Cooler was or what, but Final Form Cooler destroyed him, and I don't even think Future Gohan did like 20k. So
no, he got dominated by Final Form Cooler. So I think it was like 3 B2s in a row or something like that.
Not the greatest performance from Future Gohan.
Yeah.
And then
honestly,
go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, honestly, all of Cole did awesome except for Frieza, because come on, Frieza, why that build?
Yeah, just terrible. This is the second week in a row where Frieza just does bad on this build. And I heard that, they're like, hey, it does well in testing, but...
Well, okay, put Broly's ring on and maybe it will. I mean, maybe it was the opponent, but seriously, not a single rush blast until after he transformed.
Yep. But also, like I was telling Cole, you don't know how it's going to react with a 4v4. Yeah. The AIs change, the builds change when you got your teammates with you.
I don't think it's like a huge change, but it does make a difference, especially when you're tagging in and your opponent isn't one that you pre-selected.
Yeah, so Final Form, just bad. Gets wrecked by a father-son, transforms into Final Form, and then just eats 2 Super Kamehamehas, and really just doesn't do much. I think I want to say less than 20k from Frieza as well. So another bad week.
I'll be very surprised if that build shows up again week 4. I mean, I get that it might work well in test, but you need to test something else
keep
on
it,
Frieza.
And when you face this week 1, keep it, and then all right. And we've been beating around the bush long enough. Let's go ahead and talk about him. Go ahead and start. Team Gohan.
Win on.
Oh, jeez.
He went elite. Barely over elite, but he went elite. And, it was looking bad for the Gohans. It really was. And then all of a sudden, Team Gohan's like, I got this. And what he launched? 3 father-sons connected with 2?
Yep.
And Super Kamehameha.
4 technically. Missed 1.
Mm-hmm. He was just putting out work. He took out what? He took out he took out Cooler, right? He took out Final Form Cooler. Cleaned up the rest of Zenya. And then cleaned up Final Form Frieza with ease. And it shouldn't have been that close of a fight. With how much of a lead that Cold had over Gohan's like that, it shouldn't have been like that. But Team Gohan decided to show up and sweep. So, not bad. And like I said, there's really no restrictions. I mean, he already has his restrictions. It's not like he can come out with Kabita Cigar or any B1 enablers. He just naturally lasted long enough to get enough stocks to do Unforgivable and put in that work. So,
somebody just walked back in the studio.
So I think.
Well, there's also a little thing too. Frieza did derp a bit, a lot. He didn't really follow up and try to take Gohan out.
Mm. Yep. Frieza, definitely. And now, since you're back, we have a member of Cold here. Are we going to be seeing Final Form Frieza on that anymore? Or are you done with it?
It's a possibility.
Still?
But we're...
That's 2 weeks in a row.
But...
Maybe a different AI.
Yeah, maybe. Didn't you keep the same AI? I believe you did that, right? You kept the same AI from last week, and so maybe a different AI.
The reason we had that AI in the first place is because he did a ton of rush blasts, and he did great in 1v1s, but I guess he just doesn't want to work while he's on the league or doing 4v4s.
Oh, okay. I only have one question for you now since you're back. How much do you hate King Gohan?
Not at all.
He did.
Man.
I'm a little salty about it, but I'm not going to be mad about it. I mean, the Gohans went in there and they got their ass whooped, and then Team Gohan went back and destroyed me.
Yep.
But that's just how the league is sometimes. It's like one of those Yajirobe Senzu beans at the last second of the Tenkaichi Bowl kind of types.
Yep.
Can I ask you something though?
Yeah.
For Frieza, I mean, you don't have to tell me, but you're not planning on doing the same build next week, are you? Because I mean, it's flopped twice in a row.
We just asked that.
You did?
He said it's.
No, I didn't say next week. I said it was a possibility we were going to see him again.
So you just see him again in general. Okay.
I mean, okay. All right. Well, I still think that it's proven it's not consistent. But if somehow I'm proved wrong, all the power to you, Cold.
Did you guys already talk about Zangief, Cooler, and Metacooler?
Yeah. They were all good. Cooler was a little bit above average, and Frieza sort of lost it.
I built all those builds. I'm very happy. I got help with the Cooler one, though.
Yeah, you're like, oh, no power rage on Cooler, no. And then he clashed and he won and he put in that work. So, keep the
no need to brag or anything. Just okay. Let's move on.
So, are we good? Is that it for this match?
All
right. So we're going to be moving on to match 7. We have Dragon Ball Warriors versus Super Saiyans, also known as No Nom, No Win.
No Nom, No Win.
I mean, I want to start off like, you're going against Super Saiyans. I get it's the preseason and stuff like that, but how do you not put Nom in? We haven't seen Nom all preseason. I miss him.
Because, I think people have tested him enough, you know?
Oh, yeah. Everybody tests against the Nom. They see Nom still putting in that work, so I guess, screw it. We don't need Nom in. All right? So, this match, I'd say, is probably the blurriest one. But it's good to go ahead and see Super Saiyan Gohan beat back to Super Saiyan Gohan. You guys have anything to say about that?
I was kind of disappointed.
Really? You're kind of disappointed?
Yeah.
I was wanting the Dragon Ball Warriors to do better.
How did Pilaf do? I forgot.
Pretty bad. He didn't really get to do much. I mean, his opponents were kind of difficult, so I can understand why he didn't get to do much, but still, it was not a great performance from Pilaf. And like I said, Adult Gohan did well, and then Gohan, once again, it just seems like, just like when they faced Gohans, they just bring out the Gohans again, it just seems like Gohan's just facing Gohans. So, he's looking better, I must say. Once again, the Trunkses. I want to go over this even before we get into the Valve fight. Both Trunkses, same character, just 1 Super Saiyan, 1 not Super Saiyan, both on the spammy B2 builds, and we haven't really seen much from them. Like I said, it seems like they would both be better on the melee game. And, Tao just completely crushes Super Saiyan Trunks, and it was a great lead from that. But then Adult Gohan came out, and he just started putting that work took out Tao and started putting in the work against Pilaf and Tags out. So it seems like Adult Gohan might be back to his form. You're starting to get back to the norm, because when Adult Gohan was on that melee build, we saw against Rugrats. What did he do? Less than 10k? So.
Yeah. Can I just compare Adult Gohan and Adult Gohan for a moment? Their builds, their AIs,
yeah,
everything.
Go ahead and compare.
Yeah,
break it down for us.
Okay. Both had Yajirobe AI. Both had Super Plus One. Both had Savior. Both had launcher support. And then that's where it deviates. Kibito Secret Art for Super Saiyan 1 and Light Body.
Alright.
Indignation, Savior, and Mirage for base.
Mirage?
Yeah, Mirage. I guess they were expecting...
Mirage is
you dodge one volley, you got.
I guess they were really expecting that, anticipating that N Vegeta spam. So.
Well, Adult Gohan also does the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's doing a lot more Senkos, though.
And Goku does.
I think Mirage is nice against, like, say, Frieza with that Mirage Death Beam.
Oh yeah, it's good against that. Majub, alt, and a team that has 3 volleys like this.
Okay, so not too terrible. Not too terrible on them.
No, that was a good idea. I don't remember exactly how Adult Gohan base form did, but I think he did well. And it's nice to see that they both have the same train of thought. Yeah. So.
Well, they're almost the same character.
Yeah, basically.
So, good free agent. Good free agent. Seems like Super Saiyan 1 would do fine this season, and it seems like Dragon Ball Warriors picked up a good B2er that they can go ahead and clean up and get right as well.
Oh yeah, might be one of their stronger characters. Speaking of strong characters,
Gotenks was in this. No, he wasn't.
No, he has not been in yet.
Question. I wanted to know, because I don't remember this. It's kind of unrelated, though. I was wondering, how strong were the Super Saiyans when they weren't limited to Super Saiyan 1?
They were 2 seasons in a row champions.
Yeah, like 2 seasons in a row champions, going undefeated weeks on end, like Andrew did. I think like they went like either like 13-2 or like 14-1.
Yeah, something crazy, and they were the only team that was not affected by North Kai's curse, which is you were in North Kai this season, chances are you're dropping down to West or South.
Yeah, they're the only team in the entire league to always be in North Kai. They have never dropped below North Kai since we've done this.
Yeah, they were that strong, and they're still strong in Super
Strong
Saiyan
and
4.
consistent. Like that.
Do you think they'll ever drop from North Kai?
No, no. I from what I've seen in this preseason, they're strong. They're consistent. They are looking fantastic. They are looking like they might even have a possibility of taking the whole season because everybody's looking great.
I think their only downside right now is Mid Vegeta, and from what Crimson has told me, it's just because they don't test them that much.
So they clean up that Mid Vegeta, and even Goku, the problem child, on a melee build, he's putting in that work. He's
amazing right
He's
now.
amazing. All the Gokus are looking really good.
The weakest this week for them was Trunks, and that's because he was on a spam build when originally he was strongest in melee. So, I mean, this was probably just an experiment.
I don't think he spammed much today.
No, he didn't. I think he threw out one, maybe.
So, like I said, I think maybe Trunks and Goku are your meleeers. Gohan is your B2er.
I got confused when y'all were talking about Mid Vegeta, and then I had to remember it was Super Vegeta.
Yeah, I know. I did a test, and that happened to me.
Yeah. Tao, though, starting off, God, he dominated.
Yeah, he destroyed Trunks just with ease.
No room to breathe there.
Yep. And then Gohan came out, and he was like, "Let me hit you with these B2s and destroy you."
Yep. We're all good fight.
Yep. We're all good.
You want to go on to the next one? Is the next one the last one?
Yeah, the next one's the last one. So, is everybody good? Does anybody have anything else to say about that fight?
No. We got the Valve versus...
hello? I'm supposed to say
Namek.
it.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I was going to say
last
earlier,
match, Namek versus Valve. Both teams going...
Sishin was going to say something about the last match.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was saying that I was asking, though, was Super Saiyan 2 the one with Bros came in there?
No, that's Super Saiyan 1.
You just didn't do it.
Make sure.
And I think that's on the Gohans, not on the Super Saiyan.
You have to be in Super Saiyan 1
Super
to beat
Saiyan.
Bros.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
The cutscene alt.
Yep. They tried to get him to use it. Didn't happen.
So you didn't do it this week. Alright, so now are we
Not
good?
this week.
Alright, so moving on to the last match. We have Namek versus Valve. Both teams going all out with scenes with their best lineup.
I was a little disappointed. Yeah. Also, I don't think it was Namek's best lineup.
Who did they sit out?
No.
They sat out
Early Piccolo and King Piccolo, which were their 2 best last week.
Okay, so they just brought in the monster. They brought in the Pycon to his first his debut in the majors.
And he got a bad opponent.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Though I agree with, I think it was Yuba that was telling me he should be on a spam build. I mean, those 9K B2s,
Seriously.
and he was only like 2 bars down when he used it. So that's a super +1 for like almost 10K.
Yeah, they have him on a melee build. I believe it's attack +1, serious, quick, fast attack.
Yeah.
Indignation just for a
I
little
don't know.
bit.
I never really thought of him as a melee build. He could be a good key
No,
build.
he's a melee build from what Namek is doing. And Dragon Power will win, I guess, all them clashes, even though if he clashes Aurelia, that they have the same amount of clash. But, he didn't do bad, but like I said, it was just Aurelia, and I really wish I was seeing more. Like, I get that he's just great at everything, he's Pycon, but, his melee is not up to par to being melee. You throw maybe like super +1, launch support, fighting spirit, indignation, and just watch him just go and tornado and go through everybody, and it'll just be wrecking, so maybe change that up.
There's also the fact that Valkyries have a really big home field advantage.
Yeah, of course. No.
Namek are surrounded by their life source.
You have to understand that Namek has the advantage because there's water all around them.
And they're plant men. Except for Pycon.
They're slugmen. They stay hydrated all the time.
Water is their energy.
Slug people.
Anyway, it was a disadvantage.
Anyway, taking that one time in time. We had Nail versus 18. Both changing it up. Usually both of them defense. Melee this time.
Both of them attack this time.
Nail.
Yeah. Nail got the upper hand though.
Yeah.
That he did. I was kind of hoping 18 did better than what she did because it was just a build I wanted to see her out of her defense, so I suggested this. Which, if I refer to the test today that we did, that exact same build with 18 just defeated Fasha.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what to think about Fasha.
That's
strong, but she may also just be average.
I mean, we'll get to Fasha. So
Fasha ain't like how she
we'll
used to
get
be.
to her in this fight. 18 tags out on her last bar, which is great, and then here comes Aurelia, and Aurelia's just like, let me go ahead and clean up this nail. Let me go ahead and hammer this nail, because it's done.
All the pings.
Aurelia, of course.
Every little bit.
And then, go ahead.
I kind of think we might try different AIs with Aurelia because, like I did state when we were watching it, she did stand there a couple of times in which she could have done something.
I think she did alright, and then she did her healing B1, which
Hurry up.
Excited.
Yeah, I mean, if you could find a more monsters AI, god damn, please don't.
He's actually stoked.
Well, seriously, man, I can't handle that. I don't know what to do against her.
I don't know. I think I was a little bit scared in my match than you were with Aurelia.
Hey, Aurelia, top 5 scariest people in the league, so Demon Child.
Yeah. Yeah, also, going back to 18, she's actually done really well these last 2 weeks. She's 17th in the league with 55k average. I mean, of course, it's the preseason, but still, that's good.
She's our highest damaging preseason person.
Yeah. Fasha's falling behind with it.
Does that include this week or no?
No.
Not this week, no.
No, this week's not added in yet. But
be a little higher this week? No, a little lower.
It'd be a little lower because she got nailed down to like 2 bars left, tagged out, and came back in and finished off a 2-bar late Piccolo.
Yeah, so she'd be a little lower, but not that much. She's still good.
And then she did a little bit of damage to Tambourine.
Anyway, moving on to, Trunks, the free agent. Finally getting to see him. He was on a spam build, which, I mean, he has decent B2s.
He just didn't use them.
I'll tell you now, he was on Pan's build. We decided to try it. Not the best.
Not at all.
The thing is that we all know you guys have a lot of melee users, and I don't think you guys need another one.
I would switch it up.
No, but
I would take something from
But
somebody.
I will say, Trunks, this is what I'm going to say. If we had Trunks in there on his normal melee build, we've seen what he does with the melee during the 4v4 test. And honestly, if we put him in there, I think our strongest lineup is 18, Trunks, Fasha, and Aurelia.
Yeah, no, that's fair, but at the moment we haven't seen much of Trunks, so no one can really think that highly of him.
I do
was
see Aurelia on.
Super plus 2. Indignation, Savior, Fighting Spirit, Dragon Power, and Goku AI.
That's something I thought she would be on.
Yeah, she's always on Super Plus too because she doesn't need to charge naturally.
Yeah, I thought you told me, Zelo, that she was on a melee build for a second.
No, we said Pycon was on a melee build.
No, Pycon was.
And Pycon has like some of the similar B2s that Aurelia has, that Tornado. You can connect with Aurelia.
I don't think I mixed them up, but okay.
No, Aurelia's always on more of a B2 build, even though she does do the melee and can combo you well. But yeah, Trunks, both Trunkses, just not a lot of spamming for your build. I don't know.
But like I said, we're probably going to take
B2s, though.
We're probably going to take her build and we're going to do an AI tournament type thing.
Okay. With the remaining test time that you have, all right.
Yeah.
Well, you got about a week left.
And then, despite the work that Aurelia did and Trunks dropping, we had a close ending fight with Tambourine and Fasha. A little bit of a flashback from Season 5.
Yeah, Tambo did fine. He did over 40k, but he did get beat by Fasha.
Tambourine going back to a defense build that we've seen similar to Season 5 instead of his usual melee build. Yeah. Fasha on her usual melee build.
Everyone was so scared of it right up until the point it was like week 7 that everyone counted it.
Yeah, everyone. We figured out their plays, Namek, but it was nice to see that.
Wait, how did you guys counter it back in Season 1?
I think it was heavy attack.
A heavy melee beats defense, as we clearly saw. Fasha just kind of broke Tambourine down and ended up winning.
Yeah. Can we talk about Late Pickle? Because I think he was the best out of all of them.
He hit Aurelia.
He had his build from
hit Aurelia with that special beam cannon. I remember him taking him out. And he was fighting against Trunks, right?
And he dominated Trunks.
He literally dominated Trunks.
Yeah.
That's all there is to say.
He got a couple B2s off, and his melee was superior. And he had that Super Plus 2, so every B2 he did was like 10k. It was insane.
I was kind of mixed up because Squee messed up the outfit. I thought he was early Piccolo.
He's like, man, early Piccolo is like grenade.
Yeah, you never mess up those outfits.
And then in came Android 18 to finish off what Trunks couldn't. But I think Trunks did tag out there.
But Trunks tagged twice.
Yeah, he did.
You were actually wrong. Trunks did tag out twice.
Oh, yeah.
So.
After 18 got defeated, he and Trunks came in.
So, they're pretty good, at least tags.
And I think Fasha finished it up.
Alright. So, do we have anything else to say about this match?
Nope.
I think it was a good week.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
It was a nail-biting finisher.
So, we're done. And we're done with preseason week 3. So, let's go ahead and move on to the predictions for preseason week 4. So, starting it off, we have Muscle versus Earth Defenders.
Oh man, okay.
Muscle didn't do too hot this week.
Yeah, okay, so Muscle versus Earth Defenders, I'm gonna have to just give it outright to Earth Defenders here. I mean, they've proven to be consistent and scary.
Yep.
And if they put some of their stronger characters in, mid Goku, they will have a very, very good chance of winning this. While Muscle's had issues on multiple accounts with Super Boo, 13's not proven to be amazing yet. He can be. He might have just had a bad matchup. Garlic was on a weird build, which I don't really approve of for him.
Yeah.
And I will always disapprove of with that Demon Seal.
Yeah.
Alright, Gunman?
Oh. I agree with Zelo on the first match.
So you think Muscle's going to win?
Oh my god.
I was just adding that Garlic did do pretty good this season, but it's the same way with Chaozu, the way his melee works.
It just doesn't seem like he hits as hard as Chaozu. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was the stat comparison with Gohan Buu. Maybe he has a higher defense naturally than maybe like Majin Vegeta or something, but it just seems like Chaozu was hitting the Vegetas much harder than Garlic Jr. was hitting Gohan Buu. So yeah.
For me, I think consistency. I think it would be ED win.
I'm gonna have to give it to ED as well. if they put 19 back in, he did what he did this week.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
All right, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and go last, and I'm going to have to give it to Arc Defenders. They just seem stronger, more consistent. They seem to know what they're going to do. Maybe if you guys gave a better performance against the Boos, I might have a higher opinion of you, but right now you guys are just looking shaky, and I'm not going to, put any seeds of woe, but the way that Muscle's going, it looks like you might be staying in South Kai. All right, so, there you go. So I guess it's unanimous. Everybody thinks that Arc Defenders is going to win.
Yeah.
Moving on to match 2, we have Derp versus Valkyrie. So, GM?
Okay. I think it's pretty obvious how Derp can win this. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Put in Hyokyo. I mean, come on. No. In all seriousness, though, Valkyries have proven to be stronger. They have dominated teams, and they have fought evenly with teams, and they have 2 characters that can be very scary. 18 and Aurelie, and Fansha has the potential to, but hasn't proven it yet. So there's also the chance that she could be a monster. And then there's also Trunks, and then they have 2 weak points, which is odd to say. Videl and Pan. Videl, I mean, Saiya Woman was so strong before, and she could still be very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, as Videl, it's not the same thing, and I don't know why not just go with Saiya Woman. But So I mean, Derp has strong characters, and they've proven that they can bring it really close. Our match.
So you give it
and
to...
they have a good chance of winning, but yeah, Vals.
Oh, okay. All right. Gunman?
I'm going to agree with Guillaume on this one, too. I think the Vals probably have the best chance of winning. It really depends who comes out, though. And at the same time, I got to recorrect Guillaume when it comes to, Videl. The reason that they're using Videl is because they did a lot of testing with Great Saiya Woman on the new difficulty, and she didn't do any good.
Well, what we've seen from Videl, she ain't doing any good either, so...
Yeah.
And also, they like her B1s better. Right. That's it.
So, that's 2 with Valkyrie.
Now,
you got something to say?
Yeah, I was going to talk about,
Okay,
Derp.
go ahead.
They have I'd say they have a better chance than you guys are giving them for to winning this. They obviously have Zarbon in there, and if they can get him to work better, he could. If they bring out Berter and Jace and they do what they used to. If they do better than they did last week, I think they have...
Ginyu Force is not Derp. Chance. That's a rude thing to say.
What?
You're talking about Ginyu Force, man. Wrong team.
Oh.
Team Derp. Salza, Supreme Kai, Devilman, Q.
Sorry, I thought of Zarbon when I thought of Derp. Sorry. So we're talking about Kui, Devilman. Yeah. Alright.
Those guys.
Oh, there aren't many evil people on the Vals.
I mean, Pan's pretty evil. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
And Aurelie's a demon child, so, I mean...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to the Vals. Alright, I just wasted your time for 5 minutes talking about
talking about Ginyu. Alright, Ascension?
I think I don't really have very much confidence in the Vals, honestly. I think they did pretty well, this week, but I mean, that's because of, Namek didn't have all the best characters in. And honestly, I look at their testing and I'm not really sure the consistency of that team. So I would say Derp, because I know Derp had a little trouble this week, but I mean, they're still a really good team. I think Derp would win this.
We're going to go ahead and have Zelo last since there's some bias there. So I'm actually going to have to give it to Derp. From what we've seen in these preseason, there's no playing around with Derp. There's no experimenting with Derp. This is all consistency testing. This is the best that you're going to get out of Derp. And we've seen Goku put in work, Devilman put in work, QE put in work, Salza is doing his job. Derp is looking like a team that will definitely get out of South Kai this season. So, while Valkyrie, it seems like they're a little bit shaky. Like I said, this is the final preseason fight. I won't be surprised if we see, Videl on something, Pan on something, and we probably won't be seeing much of, pulling out the Aurelie card again. So, I'm going to have to give it to Derp.
Can I just interject for a moment? I don't know about the whole they're doing consistency testing. Sure, I'm sure they've tested everything like in actual tests before putting it out in the matches, but they are switching it on and about. I mean, everything we on the Saints have put out on the match that we've tested before, but we still consider them experiments if we don't think this is the main one we want to use.
I mean,
because not everything they do is the main one.
But can you argue that nothing that Derp has done so far has been bad? It's all been looking pretty good, and whether they win or lose, it seems like Derp is actually looking consistent, which is what I'm gonna have to give over Valkyrie, which is half and half.
Yeah, but I'm saying some of this might also just be like a little experimental.
Well, it's looking good
as well for Derp.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about. He was talking about experimental with the vowels.
No, I was talking about
Derp
how,
was experimental.
just like, hey, let's go ahead and try this out and this out. Oh, let's try changing the form of Frieza and experimenting. It just seems like every single week Derp is doing something to make sure that their builds so far are looking really good and consistent. All right, and last but not least, we have Mr. Zelo, a member of the Valkyries. Go ahead.
As much as I'd love to say the Valkyries will win, I'm going to have to give it to Dirk this week. Because Videl has been a problem child for us lately. And I mean a problem child. Pan, if she goes up against Goku by something, he outclasses her in melee. Same with Kui. Kui will destroy her. It's just simple. The only way I can really see it is if 18 and Fasha step up their game hard. Because that's just saying it, because if they put in Devilman again, that's two of our strongest members that the Devil Might beam is going to hit hard on. Fasha is pretty much sitting there with a evil look on her, and then 18 is just evil herself.
Well, actually, if you take an account of all of Dragon Ball Z, 18 might have a lower chance since in the Boo saga she was a good guy.
Well, to put it this way, with 18, you can only equip evil Pataras to her. So she's considered evil in this game.
Okay.
All right.
So that's 3 for Derp and 2 for Valkyrie. So, all right. So move on to the next match. We have Imagines versus Sand. So GM, you're last. So Gunman.
Majins versus Sands. How has Bobbity been acting lately?
He only had one fight, but
right.
He did bad. He didn't even do any B2s, and he just kept on getting grabbed at a max power by 19. So, not too hot for his first fight back.
I'm gonna say with this fight, I don't really know.
Oh, you gotta say something.
Toss
a coin.
Toss a coin. I say I know the Sands a lot better than I do the Majins. So, that way, I guess I would think that the Sands would win.
So, 1 for the Sands. Mr. Zelo?
I'm a filthy monkey, so it's going to the Sands. I'm sorry, Majins. Maybe if you have Vitkin, because he's been a monster lately. But if you have Bobbity and Baby Vegeta in there, I'm sorry. It's just, they're not looking good for you.
Okay. Ascension?
It's like, if they put, like, say, they're probably going to put in Bobbity and Baby, so I would have to give it to the Saiyans, because they probably need to test those two a lot before, the season starts.
I'm also going to have to give it to the Sands. They're just more consistent. Like, you have Baby who's broken. You have Bobbity who's broken. Majub isn't as good as he used to be. I guess Spopovich... we haven't seen Spopovich since, like, what? Week one,
Week one.
so I don't know much about Spopovich, and Majin Vegeta is arguably your best person right now. So, no, I had to give it to Sans. They just seem more consistent and seemed like they'll be able to pull out the victory easily against inconsistent Majin. And Mr. Bias, go ahead.
Mr. Bias. Oh yeah, man, I'm so biased. I think the Majins are gonna win. No, in all seriousness, I am really like negative about our team winning in these scenarios because I know what I'm going to be experimental about, but Majins have just not proven anything. They haven't done a lot of testing in the off season. Their matchups have been lackluster. Their free agent hasn't shown anything. And to be fair, neither has ours. Ours did below average the first 2 weeks, and just our experiment this week was horrible. But I mean, we have other characters. We have Bardock, we have Scatter, who are both monsters in their own right. They're not Nam crazy, they're not Kid Buu crazy, they're definitely not Team Gohan crazy, but they're still strong. We have Raditz, which is I think he's a very consistent and possibly above average melee fighter. Turles, which has proven can be scary. And KV, which I am 100% certain is going to be scary. Just wait for him to transform. We have ways of making him a monster ape, and I think we're going to work on that. So, yeah, I'm going to give it to us. Say it, yeah. Transform already.
All right, so
you don't want another lashing, do you?
Once again, that's just undisputed, just Sans. All right, so moving on to match 4, we have Namek versus Booze. So, Mr. GM?
Namek versus Booze. Oh, I mean, okay. I'm going to say right now, I think Booze are going to win. No offense to Namek though, because I only think Booze are going to win because they just have naturally stronger characters. I think it's going to be close, honestly, especially if Namek puts in their stronger lineup. And I mean, late Piccolo can do well. He's shown it. Early Piccolo can do really well. He can spam his way through most people. And Nail is a very strong melee fighter. He might be on his defense build again, which, oh man, that is a scary build. And then there's KP, which is also very consistent. I don't really know what to think about him. I just know he's consistent and he's on a unique B1 build. The Boos, on the other hand, Kid Buu, Gohan Buu, Majin Buu, Evil Buu, every Buu, and then they have a Vegeta just to put on top of all of that. It's just, there's really no weakness. So, Boos.
Gutman?
Same opinion.
No, that's it? Just same opinion?
Yeah. Same opinion.
Oh, wow.
You kind of said everything I wanted to say.
Okay, well, that's 2 for Booze. Mr. Zelo?
You know, we got the love-hate thing, but I got to go with Namek on this one.
Okay, and why do you think Namek?
The reason I think Namek, okay, if they add in Python, okay, he's consistent, he's a monster. If they have early Piccolo, Nail, and say either Tambourine or King Piccolo, that's a very strong build. That's a very strong team right there. As to where y'all are trying to get Vegeta working. So if you put Vegeta in, and then Evil Buu, Evil Buu is kind of hit and miss right now. Especially looking at his stats.
He didn't do anything. He was an anchor for week 1, and he hasn't been in week 2 or 3, so.
That's kind of what I'm hitting at here. Kid Buu, yeah, he could do a lot, but I don't know if he's going to be able to go against the whole team.
Wow, so you think that they're going to wipe out my entire team except for Kid Buu, huh?
And Oob's not looking too hot myself.
Oop is fine.
He's average.
All right.
But
so
like I said,
one for
Namek. Ascension? Leave.
How I see it.
I'm just kidding.
Leave.
Leave now.
Is that kid go on testing maybe do? I'm saying Namek. But like, just I think that's gonna be Namek, just because I think they're gonna probably. I really have a feeling they're gonna put Pycon in to solidify his build and stuff and make sure he was good for ability they do melee or RP2, wherever they decide. But I think he's probably going to be in there. So Pycon is a very strong character, and like they're probably going to put at least like a couple. Namek is also a very strong overall team, and I think they just kind of derped this week, but I think they're still the stronger team.
Yeah, it's on their home field. So, and I guess last but not least, this is a tough one. This really is because this would be the best week to beat us. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of experimenting with the Kid Buu and Sleep in the Majin Buu, but I think we're probably done with that. So we're probably going to have other members in. I'm not saying that Kid Buu is in or out, but yeah. And Majin Buu's probably out because Majin Buu has got 3 weeks already. So yeah. We're probably going to be experimenting a little bit with Vegeta, and it depends on what they bring. Like if Namek brings like their best, and we don't bring our best, or at least close to our best, I think that they could probably beat us. But I'm still gonna have to give it to us. Still, I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of bias. I would like to go undefeated the entire preseason. That'd be nice. But like I said, the match would be really close, really close. So. I can't say bad stuff about my team though. I'm gonna have to give it to Namek.
Well, I can.
Oh. Alright.
So that makes 3 for Namek.
Man, you guys are self-loathing.
Alright.
Hey, there's certain things we know about our team, so.
Yeah, no, I picked for the opponent.
I'm gonna say it's not a tough choice. I mean, Majins being as shaky as they are, of course. Anyway, next fight.
All right.
Ooh, an original fight. We have Rugrats versus Gohan. So, Ascension, you're last.
This is gonna be fun.
So, Mr. Gio, go ahead.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Rugrats decently well. I know that they will probably pull out Cyberman this week. If I know Dimension well enough, I'm pretty sure he will pull out Cyberman at least 1 week, and he hasn't pulled him out yet, so he'll be this week, and for that reason alone, I'm giving it to the Gohans. I'm sorry, but Cyberman is just, no. He has potential, and the rest of the Rugrats are good. Gotenks might be able to pull it like he did against the Blades, but Gohans have a very strong team, and if they get Bojack working, it can be even stronger.
All right, so that's one for the Gohan.
Gunman?
I'm going to stay optimistic here, but I'm going to still give it to the Gohans. I think the Rugrats can beat them. How much have they tested Cyberman during the preseason?
Barely.
None?
None at all.
Then we know nothing.
No, they tested him a little bit, like a tiny little bit. I remember them testing him a little bit.
In the preseason?
Oh, in the preseason? Oh, no. Preseason, none. Off-season a little bit, so no, he hasn't showed up in the entire preseason.
So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he'll do decent, at least.
I've seen him.
And then, the last week this week they put, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, GT Goku on an experimental build that didn't work so well. And they're probably going to switch him back to like a more consistent build. So I'm going to say that they're probably going to do a little bit better, or a lot better with him this time, if they bring him out. But from what I've experienced, if they get the other Gohans to work a little bit more, a little bit hard-hitting, maybe get Bojack to do better melee, I think they definitely, like a 90% chance are going to have to win this.
All right. Mr. Zila?
Okay.
Man, as one of a good friends, Gohan supporter there, I'm going to have to give it to Rugrats. Simply because if they get GT Goku back on the build that he had week 1, it would definitely be in their advantage. But if they can get Gotenks to keep doing what he's doing with the spam, the melee, and all that early transformation,
y'all might have it rough. And especially if Doria keeps up the performance that he's had. Because we already saw what happened to most of the Gohans when Final Form Cooler was spamming there.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. But y'all didn't handle spam too well.
All right. So that's 1 for the Rugrats, 2 for Gohans. All right. My turn. I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm gonna say Rugrats. The reason why I'm gonna say that is just because it's the preseason. If this was actually a divisional match, then we'd probably seeing the best out of both of them because this is, of course, a divisional fight. If this is actually the actual season, but Rugrats, they don't seem like they're really messing around. They seem like they're absolutely saying, Cyberman, you're out. You're not even getting in. So we're probably not going to see Cyberman. We might see a little bit of Cell Jr., who has seen looking pretty well on his defense build. Go 10 in Trunks, Go Tanks, and of course the Doria. Well, on the Gohan's end, you have a lot of experimenting to do. You have a lot of cleanup work. You still got to get future Gohan working. We haven't seen Kid in a while, so Kid will probably have to come in. You need to get Bojack working. So I'm not even sure if we're even going to see the threats of Ultimate Gohan or Team Gohan this week. It just doesn't seem necessary. Like I said, if this was the actual fight, then sure. But just being the preseason and the final week of preseason, I can't give it to the Gohans. They have a lot of work to do, while Rugrats just seem like they're pretty set on what they're going on right now. And last but not least, Mr. Bias, Mr. Ascension.
Yeah. King Gohan.
Is Team Gohan?
Yeah. No, I know. We'll decide about that. But yeah, I see what you mean though. Like, well, when's this coming out, by the way? This Whitecast? It's after.
No, it'll be after.
Yeah, it's
Thursday,
actually
don't
built
worry.
confirmed in.
All right. Well, I don't know if I should say this then. Though, yeah, I mean, we're definitely experimenting. Like, we're definitely gonna put I think we're more gonna experiment on Future Saiyaman and Bojack.
Wait, Future Saiyaman. Never heard of that character.
That's like the alternate dimension where it's Future Gohan, but then he actually lives the attack for the androids and then becomes Saiyaman.
Okay, no. One-armed Saiyaman.
Justice.
No, he would be
Justice
like
will
the
be twice as
anti-hero,
strong.
you know?
Continue, Ascension.
I was saying that we're definitely gonna do some testing on Future Saiyaman and Bojack for sure this week, and I'm not sure about who we're gonna put in after that, but we're definitely testing those three. So it'll be a little hard. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do unless we decide to put in someone strong, a carry like Team Gohan again. If we decide as there being, Team Gohan or Ultimate Gohan or whatever.
Team Gohan.
So I mean, I think I'll follow your guys and say Rugrats just because I know my team.
So that's another person going against their team. All right, so that's it. So we have 3 for Rugrats, 2 for Gohans. All right. Moving on to the next match, we have Dragon Ball Warriors versus Blades. So, Mr. Gio? That's a tough one.
Who versus Blades? Dragon Ball Warriors. God, that is a tough one. I mean, they both have really good teams. Blades have had some consistency issues, though. You know what? I have to give it to Dragon Ball Warriors. They're a bit more consistent. They have very strong characters and have really good potential in their free agent. I would suggest that they put KSA on Adult Gohan. That full power charge spam is amazing.
Whether it matters or not, they're fighting on Dragon Ball Warriors stage, not Blades. So.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have to give it to Dragon Ball Warriors. Blades have been a little inconsistent. Janemba's not that strong. Yajirobe's about average. Cyborg Tao's strong, but Tapion had a bit of a derp. He can be a lot stronger. Who else do they even have? I've forgotten. Who's on their team? The Blades.
Don't they have
Trunks? Yes, Trunks. They're one of their best characters. Yeah, he's also been a little odd. I don't really know what to think of him. He's probably, if he's on a power body build, he might do well. Especially if he ends up facing Nam.
If they bring in Nam.
Pick down the strongest, yeah. But even then, who knows how Nam acts on this new difficulty? So he might be an even bigger monster than before.
Everybody's been testing the crap out of Nam.
Yeah, everybody's been testing him.
And from what I've tested against him,
he's a monster. He is Nam.
Yeah, so if Nam's in, which he probably is because he hasn't been in yet, and you should get a test for everyone, in my opinion. Dragon Ball Warriors.
That's one for Dragon Ball Warriors.
You need Nam to win, is what you said, right?
Just against the Super Saiyans, like I don't know, you didn't pull the Nam card against, arguably the strongest team in the league. Like, okay, the strongest character in the league versus the strongest team in the league. But, hey, they didn't do it. So, anyway, so that's one for Dragon Ball Warriors, Mr. Gunman.
This one's a hard one for me. Guillaume, you made a lot of really good points there. I just have the optimism to believe that the Blades can do a lot better than they did last week.
Okay, so you want to?
I know Tapion can do it a lot better. I mean, he does do really good at melee. He's just not using his B2s well enough yet. Then Yajirobe's not doing as good as he usually does. Oh, I don't know why that is. I have seen a little bit of his tests, and he has been doing well, but I guess it's just not working out. But, I guess I'll give it to the Dragon Ball Warriors.
So that's 2 Dragon Ball Warriors, Mr. Zelo?
I'm biased here. I'm biased as all things because I gotta say the Dragon Ball Warriors. I just love their team. I don't know why, but I was salty the very first week I went against them because of that "Hi, I'm Spirit Bomb" bullcrap. But he hasn't repeated that in these upcoming weeks, and I don't know why. But if he does that again, I'm definitely giving it to Dragon Ball Warriors.
So it's 3 for Dragon Ball Warriors, Mr. Ascension.
Seeing stuff, I have to say DB Warriors. I mean, bad. DB Warriors.
You don't have anything to say about the matter, just DB Warriors? Okay.
DB Warriors.
Right. And I also have to give it to DB Warriors. They just seem a little bit more consistent, like Blades. Like, you kept your things that you had from last season. You changed up a little bit this week, didn't work out, and I'm just kind of disappointed that you didn't spend more of the off season trying new things, and you stuck with your old stuff. It's not working out. It's a little bit too late. So, like I said, Tapion, you need to get him fixed. Sabertow's looking okay. He's looking fine. Jane, you need to get Jane working. I don't know what you need to do, but Jane needs to be better. Yajirobe's there. Trunks, I mean, is he just going to be permanent power body? Because if he's permanent power body and that's all you got for him, that's predictable as hell. So, like I said, you just have a lot of holes in your team. And I swear to God, you guys need to bring in that Chi-Chi and watch her sweep.
Chi-Chi sweep!
Yeah, but Dragon Ball...
No, that's the one person I don't expect to ever see because they were forced into that for you.
Now, when you can't even rely on your free agent as a crush, come on, there's holes. Wow. You're going to have a bad time.
I have to say, though, that Chi-Chi did pretty well last season with the Rugrats.
No, she didn't.
I meant, like, for what I've,
You don't remember anything. No, she didn't. She made them lose.
She had, like, 2 good performances, which might be overshadowing everything else, but she was really,
I probably just don't remember the rest
I mean, just think of it like this. If she was so good, wouldn't she still be on the Rugrats?
It's like pretty well. I wouldn't say really good. I meant like pretty well for like Videl, that kind of thing.
No, she was.
No, Dragon Ball Warriors. I don't think they're going to pull the Nam card. I really don't. I mean, it just seems like they're just going to be like, screw it. He's got enough tests. I mean, it'd be great if he's in. Then hell yeah, Dragon Ball Warriors win. But if they don't, then I still got to give it to them because it just seems like they're more consistent. Tao seemed really good. Pilaf.
Has potential.
Your adult Gohan, your free agent, he's been putting in pretty good work these last couple of weeks. Your early Goku's looking okay, and your kid Goku's looking okay. So, I consistency-wise, looking at both ends, I'm going to have to give it Dragon Ball Warriors. All right. So, that's Undisputed Dragon Ball Warriors. All right. This next fight should be a fun one. We have a divisional fight. We have Androids versus Cold. So, Gunman, you are last. So, starting off, GM.
I hope to God that Mecha Preseason, man. No, it's not going to be a fun match if that happens. And or if Frieza goes onto that insane Super plus 2 KSA build, because then it's going to be another monster, and oh man, just why? But yeah, it depends. Jiro might be able to shut them down, but they throw out Mecha Frieza threw out ult so quickly. I don't even know if Jiro will be able to do anything.
Can Jiro?
Cell can put up a really good. He can maybe suck it up. I'm not sure. But I don't know how well he'll be able to do. They're both monsters. Yeah, I think he can absorb it. It depends. If Mecha Frieza and Frieza are both in with their insane KSA super builds, then I'm probably going to give it to them. Especially if they also have like Cooler and Metacooler in there. Or even King Cold and Metacooler. Still strong characters. If not, if they only have one of the Friezas, then I'll probably give it to Androids. Because they have Cell and Ro, and they're probably going to test 16 again and 17 again, which have been average and below average. So yeah, overall, Androids don't look like the stronger team, but depending on what the lineup is for Cold, they could win. So it's sort of Cold, but with a condition.
Okay, so you say Cold. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Zelo?
I'm giving a half point.
It doesn't work like that. No.
It can. When it's in the YCast, it's working like that.
So a tie is what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay,
They both get half a point.
Oh, your reasoning?
Pretty much like you said, if they got Frieza and Mecha Frieza in, or if Androids have Jiro and Cell in. Heck, we might even see the Androids free agent again.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, GG.
GG, no reason.
Okay, so which one? You got to pick one. I'm not doing this half and half thing.
No, we just give it the tie. The rest of us will decide.
Okay,
it's
so
fine. He can be like that
Mr.
if he
Ascension?
wants.
I give a half point each.
Someone pull out the noose.
I mean,
That's
that's
two
it.
for Gold, one for...
So,
Tie. No, I'm saying it really depends on like what Code does. If they want to test Third Form Frieza again, I would have to give it to Droids. I mean, I don't think they're gonna put.
Droids.
I mean,
I
Droids.
had to give it to Samsung.
Just call it.
Dr. Droids.
All right, so you also want to go ahead and call that a tie?
No, it's like actually, if it's conditioned, like Jerome said, man, it's like if they decide to put Mecha or Frieza in, like in their final forms, like final form Frieza or Mecha Frieza in, it's got to be Cold away. But I mean, if they don't. I just think Androids have a better team of Raw.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna put final form Frieza.
Just go
honestly,
50-50.
I'll just give it to Androids. Screw it, because I think they might put in Frieza final form, but it's just an if.
I'm gonna have to give it to Colt. I think that they're done messing around. Not only is this a divisional fight where you want to go ahead and see your best to go ahead and see how it'll be in the actual divisional fight. Of course, Third Form Frieza hasn't been working out well, so they're probably going to be like, screw it, let's go back to Final Form. And then keep in mind, Week 1, they face Boo. So you know that they're going to go ahead and make sure that Final Form Frieza is working great to go ahead and sack the crap out of us with that damn ultimate and spamming. So, yeah, I think Final Form Frieza is going to be in, and I think that they'll probably bring in back Mecha Frieza. They'll probably possibly sit out Xenia since she's had plenty enough tests. And probably some more of Cooler as well. So there's just a lot of great players. While Androids, we've seen enough of Jiro. Like, they want to go ahead and have all 3 weeks of Jiro. 4 weeks of Jiro, my Pati. But we've seen enough Jiro. We'll probably see some Cell. 16 and 17 need some more help. And then Aider. So I think that's probably going to be their lineup. So I'm probably just going to have to give it to Cold. They just seem like a stronger overall team for what we have at this current moment.
Can you remind me what the Android's free agent is?
General Blue.
General Blue.
General Blue.
Oh god.
Okay.
See, that's why I said GG if they put in there.
All right. I think it's a pretty close matchup. I think we have overall the better players. I've seen that Cell isn't doing as good as he used to, but he's still doing really good. Duro's doing amazing. I just think we have better, stronger melee characters than we do with 16 and Aider.
Android, that's their weak spot. I must say, they do not have meleeers. It's like 16 and that's really it. Like, everybody else is either defense or B2.
Yeah, especially. We got Zangaya now with us alongside of Metacooler and King Cold. Yeah. And then we're probably not going to be playing around this week. We've tested third form 2 times in a row. It's not been so well. We may or may not put him in again. And when it comes to Mecha, if we think he needs another test, we're going to put him in.
You might as well go ahead and get that checkup. Make sure that you get the same performance that you got from the Sands. I'm just going to kill you.
And we haven't decided yet what form of their cooler we're going to use this week.
So
I'm going to have to give it to Cold.
Oh, we got Cold. All right, and we're getting a little bit lengthy here, so this last prediction, we'll go ahead and do a speed run because it's really easy. All right, Super Saiyans versus Ginyu. Gion, go.
Let's see, man. Ginyu Force all the way. I'm sorry, but this Super Saiyans have it. Ginyu's been a problem child. They're probably going to test him more. Zarbon's good, but I don't know how Chase is going to do on a normal spam build. I think he needs to be on a spam build, or either go back to your melee because the super build wasn't working. Please take him off default AI. Super Saiyans are just consistent across the board, though. They don't seem to have a really big weakness. I'm sure Mid Vegeta will be in this week, and he's not been tested that much, but I still doubt he'll be as weak as Ginyu. So, right. Super Saiyans.
Yeah,
okay.
that.
2 Super Saiyans?
I mean, the only thing that could bring it back is if Zarbon went complete mad rage and decided to do even better than he did than week 1, and then Birder and Jace would have to, step it up a lot.
All right, Zilo?
They might be bringing in Raccoon, though.
Yeah,
I'm
going to believe in miracles and go with Ginyu Force. Because maybe, just maybe, they'll put a good AI on Jace and we're going to see the former Jace return. Just maybe. And then, like you said, if Zarbon, his base form, that did a lot better than his monster form, I'm sorry.
Okay. So that's 2 per Super Saiyans, 1 for Ginyu. Alright, Mr. Ascension?
I really want to see Ginyu do well with Jace and Burger. If Jace, Burger, and Zarbon, man, they can do well. They can definitely win, but I have to give it to Super Saiyans because I don't think they have that yet. They have to figure it out still.
Alright. So, it's 2 for Super Saiyans and 1 for Ginyu, and I'm going to have to also say Super Saiyans. Out of all the teams that I think is going to go undefeated for this entire preseason, it's probably Super Saiyans. They just seem more consistent. There's a lot of things. Like I said, Ginyu Force is looking much better, but there's still some things you need to fix. You need to fix Birder. You need to fix Jace. You need to go ahead and go back under the hood with probably Raccoon. If you want to go ahead and have more Zarbon action, more power to you, but it just doesn't seem like this is the week. It definitely looks like you need the Ginyu Force in besides Goldo and to check and make sure that everything is okay for the main season. Well, Super Saiyans, maybe we'll see Gotenks Boo, I don't know, but everybody else is looking pretty good, so I'm gonna have to give it to Super Saiyans. I just feel sorry for Ginyu Force, I must say that. Ginyu Force had a hard preseason. They faced Earth Defenders, they faced Earth Defenders, Boos, Androids, Super Saiyan. Wow, those are the teams that's a nightmare right there. And just wow, they had a hard time, I must say, but they are actually looking pretty good. I think that they have a possibility of getting out of South Kai. So, yeah, but still, Super Saiyans, it's Super Saiyans.
What is y'all's Kai's prediction for the end of the year based on the preseason?
I don't want to say that right now.
No, it's too much.
No, it's too early.
Yeah, it's too early. Preseason means very little in terms of that. Don't worry about it. Trust me, it means too. It doesn't mean that much.
I'm going to tell you right now, Team Derp is going to win this.
Derp and Ginyu at the ball.
Yeah, Derp and Ginyu at the ball. Let's go. Get that Chi-Chi sweep along with that General Blue. Anyway, is there anything else to say?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. There is your preseason week 4 predictions, and then that's it for the Whitecast for this week. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for all the support. If you guys have anything to comment, be sure to comment in the comment section below, and also on our thread. Any questions as well? More questions is always good as well. And
Or if
you just want to bitch about us.
Do you think we'll ever make we get enough questions? Do you think we'll ever make a Ycast Q&A?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we will answer any questions on the Ycast if you leave questions. If it's a question you want answered by the Ycast, just state it, and we'll do it. If it's something simple, we might just respond to you in text.
Yep. So be sure to do that. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.